Hey everyone, this is Aaron with Crypto Trends. Today, April 22nd, 2019, BTC Bitcoin. It explodes past the $5,500 mark, and we're going to be taking a look at that and some other coins to see what's going on with the market, and we'll see where it's going to go from here. But first, please keep in mind that this is not financial advice, just my opinion. Let me make sure that I'm streaming here. And yeah, looks like I'm streaming. Okay, let me break out the chat here. Just getting started. Should be some people starting to watch in a few. Maybe we'll see. Okay, so what is going on with this? While I was sitting here doing my nightly chart stuff, and all of a sudden we got this huge, let me switch it over to candles. When I'm doing regular stuff, I use bars instead of candles. It's just how I roll. Give it a try. If you're on TradingView, you see how I changed that? It's right there. So, yeah. All right, so huge wick. It went past 5,500, and this mark is at 56.47. Isn't that awesome? This is on the 3-minute. I'm looking at this. If we go out to, let's say, the 1 hour. And this is on logarithmic on USD. This is the Bitfinex chart. Let's scroll out. Well, let's switch it out to 4 hours. That'll be better for you guys. Okay, so there we are. It went way up here to 56.48. Let's call it 56.50, okay? Nice round number. And that was on actually moderate volume. If we look down here at the bottom, this one was absolutely huge volume, right? So this is this would be high. Let's call it moderate to high volume, okay? But it's like nothing to write home about, like where this white line is. That would be moderate. Yeah, I mean it's nothing to write home about the volume, which is like really cool. And why is that cool? Because that means that a lot of the supply is taken. A lot of the supply is taken. So there was a buy where it didn't have to have that much effort to result in a nice size wick. Okay, so a small increase in volume resulted in a proportionally larger volume spike in price. So we have a big spread here, a big price range, a big price difference here, right, from high to low, and that's a very good thing. If you didn't know, that's bullish, and also that it's coming down, so it's seeing some sell pressure. So if we go here to the bars, one thing I like about the bars, okay, is that you have the entry point. You have an entry point and an exit point that's pretty clearly shown, and for me it makes it easier to actually see the dynamics of the volume. Okay, and so this came in here, shot way up, and it's coming down. So we'll see if now this is actually coming down. This is actually bullish. Okay, this is bullish. If it was to, let's say, close up here in this region, that would be bearish. But right now it's heading towards the middle, and if it goes down here low, that'd be even more bullish for me. But right now this is a big column, and notice that the volume here is increasing, and yeah, this is on the 4 hour. Okay, so let's go take a look at the 1 hour. Okay, pretty much the same thing. So this is all a tight thing. Relative volume, huge. Okay, so this is high volume in a higher price area, and high volume, high price area. What's a rule for that? So we're in an upper price area. We have high volume. Boom, bullish. Okay, cool, bullish. That's per Wyckoff stuff. All right, guys, that's per Wyckoff. But yeah, isn't that exciting? Just watching it bounce up and down. Let's go back to the let's go to the 15-minute. Okay, so there we go. It's in the center there. It's coming down. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of correction, but this is still bullish because don't forget on those larger time frames, this wick this exit point is going up and down, right? And this is like this is pretty strong, and we notice here that the buy pressure is from the bottom up. It's pushing up. That's the buy pressure. So it is pushing up from this low here to here, and the sell pressure is pushing down. So that's like pretty cool. I mean, look at that. All of a sudden, whammo bammo. That's pretty large volume. And this one here is starting to get pretty big volume too. It's getting up there. And volume is relative, guys. Keep in mind that volume is relative. All right. So that looks pretty cool. It looks like it's a continuation, and then from what I can tell now, let's go to the 3-minute. Why not? Okay, it's coming down a bit. Yeah, that's cool. And where will it come down? Well, this buy happened right here in this range. Right there. And what I was looking for is that close right there. And that's where it hit the buy, okay? So huge spike. It actually started down here. Let's do that. Because it went up and then it came back down. So let's put it there, okay? So there's some sell pressure here, but not a tremendous amount of sell pressure. Yeah, we're going to expect that. But if it comes down here, that's where there's a level of pretty good size buy pressure. So we'll see what happens. If it comes down here, is it going to shoot up again? And lo and behold, oh, it's coming down. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's scroll out and see where that this level is. Let me just go ahead and put a horizontal on it. Boom. There we go. And let's go out here to, let's say, the 4-hour. Okay, so it's this line up here. So where does it go on the chart? Okay, we have something over in here, don't we? Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. Isn't that interesting how that lined up with that? Isn't that cool? So if we go here and then let's say the upper bound. Okay, so they bought, and so right now where this red line is, that's pretty high. Let's go ahead and move that down a bit. Okay. Actually, let's move it down to like some of these two wicks here. Well, entry and exit points right there. See that? Okay, fine. And let's go back over to where we were. Okay, so yeah, that's a nice channel there. Okay, so let me take the autos thing off here so I can scroll up. Okay, so we get to come up here. That looks like the upper bounds from that way past past reference there, right? Far to the left. And we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. What do you guys think is going to happen? Do you think it's going to continue going up? Do you think it's going to drop? Like right now on the 4-hour, hey, it's in the middle. That's bullish. Okay. Let's go to the 5-minute. Okay, stepping down, no problem. There's that support line. But anyway, the thing is with these bars here, this is when the buy happened. Basically, bought. He started buying in this area, kept on going up, and then that's not really a CO selling, a composite operator selling. That's more. It could be some, but not maybe. I'm calling it doubtful. I'm thinking what they're doing is they're not going to sell what they just purchased right away, right? And so they're just holding on and waiting to see. In other words, this is a test. Okay, this is a test. It more likely this is clearing out some entries in here. You know, people probably had some stuff stacked, right? And so we'll see how many people got liquidated. I mean, it's, you know, people see, what do I mean? People are over here. Let's scroll out. Oh, people are over here. And they see, let me get out of the 5 minute. I'll try to explain this a little bit better here. Just using technical stuff. Okay, so we see this large uptrend, right? We're seeing this large uptrend here, basically, okay? Yeah, I know the line's not perfect. But that's the trend. And then people are saying, okay, fine. Where's the level of where it was at? Let's say, okay, here's some top levels. They're going to look at this point, this point, this point. It matches up with these points. So they're going to say, oh, there's a lot of confluence, right? A lot of confluence there. Right around in there. So what do? They start placing shorts. Okay? They say, oh, it broke out. Oh, man, it's too high. It's in nosebleed area. Short, 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 short. So what we just saw is basically a little short squeeze. Because they're placing their stuff up here. And shorts need to be liquidated. The answer is kind of in that term. Simply because liquidating shorts creates liquidity. And when you have a CO, a composite operator, that's interested in accumulation, and this whole thing right in here, this is accumulation, okay? Scroll out here to the 4 hour. This whole trend here is reaccumulation, and I've been talking about that for a while. And as you can see, somebody's asking me back here, where do I think it's going? And I went zoop, there it goes. Hit that right there. I'll scroll out. Oh, there's my next box up here. So we'll see. If it gets there early, I'd be surprised, but that would be awesome. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, pretty good volume. It's heading up. That's a bearish sign. Let me scroll back in. And okay, it's in the middle. So yeah, still bullish. Now if it comes down here, yeah, I don't know if I'd be yeah, we'll see. But I'm still bullish on this. So where do you guys think it's going? Do you think it's going to drop? Do you think it's going to go back down? Whatever. You guys let me know. But anyway, good things looking for BTC. Let's go see what happened. Let me get back here to, let's say, the 1 hour. Let me put this back on candlesticks for you guys. Probably not used to looking at bars, although I do suggest you get used to it if you're not already. Okay, so we have nice big old wick now, right? All right. So let's go look at some other things. We'll go take a look at Ether. USDT and Poloniex. See how that bad boy's doing. Same thing, right? Went up. Same pattern, pretty much, going up. And yeah, notice that it's up near. It's right along here, this general support area of activity. So it's getting real close to where it's basically doing a test. It's doing a test in this range. It's already had one test, two tests, and drop back down to this area here where there's buying. There's buying interest here. Notice that. Oh gosh. Buying interest here. So it was a test to the upper bound as well. Yeah, so ETH looks good. Don't Don't bank on that or anything. This is just my opinion, right, guys? You guys know that. It's all my opinion. I'm not saying buy or sell or any of that. It's just interesting to look at here. But yeah, that's Ether. So Ether's looking good. How about, what else did I say? What else is interesting to look at? Oh yeah, ICX. We'll go look at ICX versus ETH. See how that's doing. Kind of choppy. So we had big interest in buys. That was down here. Pretty big interest. That's a bullish sign. So we'll see what ICX does. Looks like it might be coming up here for a heading up in this area for another test. We'll see. And what else? So ICX looks good. Let's look at hot if we can. Whoops. Okay, trading on the norm. Yeah, I mean, it's just doing its thing, right? It's maintaining, and we'll see where that goes. But it looks like it, to me, it's getting ready to do another another test up. So we'll see. Could go either way, right, guys? Either way. What else is of interest? LTC. That should pretty much be following Bitcoin, right? Well, for the most part. This one looks different. Litecoin to me, let's see, that huge volume. I'm looking at this thing. All right, not looking so great to me for Litecoin. I didn't mean to put that one there. People saying, "Oh my gosh." Yeah, they're more interested in buying it here, this area. So I'm looking for it to come down here as a test. That's all. I mean, really, guys, I mean, it's not huge. That's like, what, 62, 63. So 10, 15 bucks lower. Yeah, we'll see. What happens with that is just, yeah, we have one huge buy, but then there's been some really big sells here of late. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it'll be that that close. I don't know, something like that. We'll see. That feels better. So we'll see what happens with Litecoin. And it's not like I hate the coin or anything like that. No, I'm just looking at the charts, and you're thinking, okay, well, how am I looking at the charts? I'm using basically. I'm using Wyckoff stuff. I know I don't have the lines on this one drawn all the way, but I'm using Wyckoff stuff. I'm using volume spread analysis. So I'm looking at the size, the amount of the relative volume, what kind of volume it was, whether or not the volatility is increasing or decreasing, the price spread, particularly the price spread. So yeah, so we'll see if Litecoin can get up to this area and stuff like that. It might be getting a little bit tired. They're starting to get a lot of well, we do have an increase in volume, but it's, yeah, so we'll see. Anyway, so that's about it. just checking on BTC. I thought that was interesting. And head on over to the chat, see if anyone's there, take some questions. But please like, subscribe, get notified, and put in the comments, where do you think Bitcoin's going? You know, will it go past 5,500 again? Will it go to 6? You know, what do you guys think? Anyway, so to the chats, here we go. Hey, there's Robert. Hey, Robert says keep calm and TKY on. You keep trucking on. There you go. TKY is now, instead of the key, it's trucking, man, for trucking on. Yeah, let's go look at the key. See what that bad boy's doing. It's over on KubeCoin. Yeah, Robert said, big thing, keep calm. Absolutely right. If you lose your head, what are you going to trade with? It's hard to trade with your stomach. I mean, or your shoulder. You got to use your head. Last I checked, anyway. Okay, so, yeah. So this is on 8 hours. So, yeah, it took a dump and it's increasing. Yay. Isn't that cool? And let's go to the daily. Yeah, it took a nice dump. And that's very nice to see right there. So that's cool. It's at 51. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm real happy about that. Nice decreasing volume. I really like that. Volume's decreasing. That's a lovely thing. With small, real small price spread, which is another very nice thing. Yeah. Here we go. And notice on candles like this, you can think of it being on a pendulum where it swings like this. Or this is some guy and this is his leg and he kicks a ball and it goes up like that. Whatever. Simple analogy. But yeah, that's looking nice to me. Yay. Keep on going. The key. If you guys don't know about the key, check it out. Do your due diligence. Do your homework. Watch my videos on it. Keep calm, cool, and collected. You know, that's the best thing to do. Okay, so Slim wants to know, what's the breakout price for a bull run? Well, let's go look and see. Looks at 32.15, right around there. Okay, 32.15. Hey, Amor, how's it going, man? Amor says, get wrecked. Yeah, I don't know. There's that one chart that shows liquidations and stuff. I mean, that's not a huge one. It clears it. And so that's also what they do like on stop hunting. Where they go and clear it. They go up high and then they go down low. And that's just to wipe out the order book. And then, but that's a bullish thing. And so we'll see what happens. But I know there's that one site. It's like they show the number of people that got wrecked from being liquidated on BitMax or whatever. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, and then Texas2N says, Texan to us says, Bitcoin Golden Cross coming April 24th. It's coming up. Yeah, a lot of retail people put a lot of weight into the golden crosses or the death cross or the moving averages and stuff like that. I don't put any weight to them. The only weight I put to them is the weight that the retail people put in as a way to figure out where they're going to be putting their stops and their positions for the pools. Because if you can know where they're putting their stops to where they can get liquidated, so like people that had their stops up in this range here, they just got liquidated and they lost their coins. right? Because they put sell order here, sell order here, sell order here. They just lost their coins. Okay? Plus, people that, some people might have had to cover their shorts. So we'll see. But it went up and it went down. But yeah, some people just got cleared out and lost their coins. When you put up a coin for sale, people can take it. And this whole thing right here, this whole area right here is accumulation. It's where they want to buy the coins. They want to buy the coins. It's like, who's them? Well, let's take Fidelity, for instance. Fidelity. They're going to basically have their own private pool of Bitcoins that they can offer to their clients. They're not going to use Binance. They're going to use their own, right? And so they need their own stash. They need their own trading pool, per se, of Bitcoin. Looks like they're buying it, doesn't it? They're buying it. And they're buying the Bitcoin. And, yeah, that's, I mean, to me, it's obvious. That's what they're doing. We don't get these kind of larger volumes like this here from retail. No, there's no way. Even this that just occurred, we don't get that from retail. Retail are the really tiny, tiny little weenie guys. That's retail. So, yeah. But the Golden Cross, yeah, there's a lot of hype about that, which is really good news. That means that there will be, people are expecting the price to go up, or a lot of them are. They're all starting to get real excited and stuff, which is a wonderful opportunity, because then what we're looking at is that if we drive the price up, let's say we drive the price up, okay, and you bought down here, you want to sell. That's distribution. Okay, that's what they want. I think it's going to be higher than that. We'll see. But yeah, that's what they want. They want to be able to sell, and so they're accumulating coins. Yeah, pumping this bad boy up, and they're going to sell at the top. That's what they do. But yeah, the Golden Cross thingy. We'll see how that works. So Amor says, love the show. Hey, you're welcome, Amor. Hey, Noah, how's it going, man? Oh, what's my opinion of VET? I think they're really good for society and animals. I think you should take your animal. I think your animal should have VET. It should have bags, and at least once a year refresh the bags. They're good for, VET is good for animals. Let's go take a look at Vechain. Oh, need coffee. Yeah, stabilizing. Yep. Okay, it's doing its thing. How's the volume? Moderate and decreasing volume. I like that. It's in the upper area. Yeah, it's looking good. Looking good, doing its thing. I like VET. Yeah. Have I heard of it? Guys, if you haven't done your research or heard of VET, that's Vechain. Do it. That's all I can say on that. I mean, I must have 100 videos on him, and there's a reason. Hey, and there's Neil. Hey, Neil. Neil says, it's going to be interesting to see what we get with price action once the Golden Cross has happened. Yeah, exactly. It is, isn't it? Interesting. The Knock Post ATI GBI says VET is a massive investment. Yeah, I bet DNVGL, I bet they put in some money into VET, because they're a equity owner. They're not the owner, but an equity owner of Vechain. I bet that cost them a pretty penny. But yeah, VET there's a ton of people to where very few are less than 100%, man. Most people, I'd say a large percentage of the people in Vechain, they're all in. They're like 100%. They might have, like 1 or 2% where they go and, just kind of play. But for the most part, they're all in. Long-term holders, they're not selling because they see long-term where it's going. I like VET, if you didn't know. I hold VET. Do your research, guys. And no one wants to know how's gold looking. Heard a golden cross was afoot. I really don't look at gold. That's just something you buy and hold. And you just forget you have it. You get the gold bullion, the actual bullion. If you want gold, get a Cougaron, get a Maple Leaf, get a Panda, get a whatever. Get the gold bullion and just stash it. They're kind of fun to hold. It's really unusually heavy. Okay, gotta be blown away. So yeah, get some gold. Gold is always good to have around. You know what? It's Y2K resistant and also EMF. So EMP. So if there's a big solar flare that hits or some EMP discharge or whatever, gold's safe, right? Anyway, yeah, so on gold, I really don't keep up with the price. That's just something you just get and buy, and you store for when the doo-doo hits the fan. And there's XX. Hey, XX. Double X. Much love to all my crypto bros and fight the power. Absolutely. Scout Sniper says, what's up? FOMO and panic sell. Yeah, I think everyone should FOMO and panic sell at the same time. That's how the game is, right? So what are people doing here? They actually might be buying in. There's some people that will probably be buying in thinking it's going to keep on going higher. And it very well could. So this actually could turn more into a more of a parabolic here. People are going to say, oh man. And that could be part of the FOMO with the Golden Cross and stuff like that. We'll see. It'll be interesting. It will be interesting because now I believe this probably just put it past the Golden Cross. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what people do. Oh, and Fawad, you were disappointed in the TKY's AMA? Oh man, it couldn't get any better. It couldn't have been any better. Okay? Totally awesome. Why were you disappointed? Oh, and Ceramic says OTC market's drying up, prices can't be held back. Yeah, they're starting to, yeah, they've noticed that, and that's when they started buying. During this markdown is when basically they told the CBOE to get out, we're going to buy your coins. Whammo, they got out because the CBOE will do what the CME says, and also FIDO. So they got out, wham, they picked up the coins, wham. Because right around this time period is when OTC was drying up, because OTC was crazy during this like dead time. It's because all the institutions. Did you ever wonder back in the 6,000 range why there was so little volume? I mean, look at the minuscule price action, the price ranges here, the spread, very low volume. It's because this is retail. This is like a max. Like that big one, no, we can't do that. But this little guy here, that's retail. This little puny guy, that's retail. That's us, guys. The other candles, that's institutions, okay? But But anyway, it's because the institutions were going crazy on OTC. That's why that was so flat. Yeah, because retails were over there getting all the OTC that they could while it was there. And then CBOE, okay, boom, drop the price. Yeah. Get people to panic sell, get their coins. It worked. Look at all these people that sold. Yeah, brought liquidity into the market. And then whammo bammo, not so long in the past, we're almost back up there, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, good point. Thanks, Ceramic. Okay, so Fawad, how can they create their own chain yet have no token swap? Is that even possible? What it is what I'm getting from that is that they let too much information out with their work with the PBOC. And we're talking about TKY here, guys. And so some information got out, and so it's this way, and so like they know how to backtrack and go that way, and because it's still like under wraps and it's still under development, it's like it's like they discussed something that they should have because it's still under NDA. Okay? In other words, I would just take that with a grain of salt and see what happens. It's like they're trying to scramble, okay? Oh, for what? They have think of them as being a business, okay? And not think of TKY as being EBONet and not a crypto. And like IBM or something, okay? Like a business. They give reports quarterly. All right? And they have AMAs from a company is a rare thing. And that's how I look at it. So, I mean, if your confidence is reduced, fine. I mean, that's your thing. All I can say is follow your gut, follow your instincts. Okay? But they're not, I mean, they have 300 plus developers working day and night. They're under a government contract with the government and the People's Bank of China. Okay? They are under super duper high pressure to get this thing done. It's not normal crypto. Okay? It's infrastructure for the country. That's how I look at it. Okay? It just happens to use crypto, but it's more of an infrastructure project that is needed really bad for increasing efficiency and reduce expenses. Okay, oh, here's this one thing that you said that's not quite true. I don't mean it like you're lying or anything like that. I just means it's not quite right. Let me read it. You say, I know people will say that they don't need us, but they were able to start this project because of us who invested in this project, some at 3.5 cents. Yeah, a lot of people invested at 3.5 cents, and now it's like a pittance, right? It's like nothing. The thing is, did they really need us? No, they didn't. They could have done it on their own. They could have issued a token without anybody's support. Okay? They're sitting good before and they're sitting good now. They had a product a previous product where that's been rolled out basically since 2015, and they saw an opportunity to where basically putting crypto on top of it would have many benefits. And then as far as getting in at 3.5 cents, it's like, yeah, it's the market. That happens. That happens. And there was a huge drop. And a lot of people got hit. People at Vechain got hit. Big time. A lot of people got hit. 90% down. Okay? But, you know, we'll see where it goes. Hey Hanjo, how's it going? Hanjo says it's amazing Wyckoff's principles are still standing strong after all these years. Doesn't matter what market you're in either. That's right. Wyckoff works on stocks, Forex, whole bunch of things. You guys don't know Wyckoff? He was a big time trader, analyzer, and back in the 20s, 30s, that time period. Check him out. Studied market psychology, that type of thing. Hey Fawad, you're welcome. You're welcome for the insight. Thanks for watching. Ceramic says FOMO will be huge in May. It's gonna be huge. That's right, that is the plan. What do we expect in May? Let's see, right now it's April, January, March, April, May, June. What am I expecting? I'm expecting news from Fidel, particularly Fidel, that's Fidelity, of where they are going to expand the customer base that's allowed to join into their services for Bitcoin. That's what I'm expecting. And what they're doing, basically, you know what they're doing, what the game plan is, guys. They're getting the coins, okay? They're getting the coins. If they get it up here to the 6,000 range, I mean, they could do that in 2 minutes if they wanted to, okay? They could get it up to 20,000 in 3 minutes if they wanted to. And, but what they're doing is that they're providing, let's say, right now you have the upper echelon of, let's draw their customers as a pyramid. Right now you have the upper absolute top customers of Fidel that are allowed into their Bitcoin thingy, right? These customers basically, they have an understanding that they are not going to lose, and if they do lose, that they will be covered for their losses. Okay? Unlike everyone else. All right? Because it's this percentage that takes up this percent of the business. Okay? And then, so that's the very, very top tier. And then you have the second tier. And it could be even down in here. So these are the A1 buyers and the big time buyers and stuff like that. They're going to be allowed in. But what they're going to show them is that what they want to show them is a risk reward. They want to create FOMO for these guys because they're the ones, the second, third, fourth tier, they're the ones where they're going to get all the money from all the transactions and stuff. The top tier guys are like, no, it's kind of like they have to let them into, I don't know, it's like a dues thing, okay? They have to pay their dues or the club or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so what they're going to do is bump it up here. And then they're going to say, look how high it went. It went up to 20,000. It's only gone down here to 3,000. If you're at 6,000, you have a $3,000 probable loss, versus a 12,000 gain. Okay? Because you have 6 here, right? You have 6 here. You have 3 here. And you have 20 here. Difference is 14, sorry. Difference here is 3, right? So the percentage is basically, so you have 50% loss there, or you have a 2x, 200%. So you're looking at 200% gain versus a 50% loss. Can you imagine the FOMO? Can you people see this? They're saying, "Oh my God, it can go up here and higher." So this number can be 2, 3, 4, 500%. They're looking at the risk reward. Okay, this is risk reward basically. They're looking at that. That's what they created here. That's what they're creating. Plus, they're picking up coins. I mean, my gosh, guys. I mean, it's a joke. I mean, it's and then to make it even better, look at the long term. Look at the long term view on Bitcoin. It's basically still bullish. It's in a bullish market right now. It's in a temporary holding pattern during a long uptrend. That definition for being in a holding pattern or a rest after a long uptrend is called reaccumulation. That's what this whole thing is up there, reaccumulation. They're reaccumulating coins. They're getting things ready. I mean, they've been around, Fidel's been around working on this. They've been mining since 2015, 2016, right? They know about this. They've been planning this. Yeah, so what do you guys think they're going to do? They want the transactions from their clients. Okay, they want the transactions. How do you think they're going to get them to buy in to their new products? They're showing them this, man. They're going to create FOMO like we've never seen before. That's my opinion. Don't bank on it, okay? So we'll see. I'll have to go back later and clean that up. But you guys get the idea. What's going on there, right? Yeah. Golden Cross? I mean, it's like... anyway. So minuscule in the more macro scheme of things. Thanks for the comments, Ceramic. Oh, and Fawad wants to know, he's curious, have there been any evidence of their 300 employees? No, but that's, no. And I'm okay with that. Why? Because they have a signed contract from the People's Bank of China they're getting paid for to work on a project. You don't think they've done due diligence on EBONet? Fawad, if you disagree and if you're getting nervous about the key, get out, man. That's, follow your gut, follow your instinct. Okay? It can dump down to nothing. They might not use the key at all. They might not allow Americans or foreign investors at all to use it. It's one of the risks. That's how it is. It depends on your risk reward ratio. And if you're getting nervous, that's fine. Follow. You have questions. You have questions about this. When I was talking about the key before, a lot of people had questions like this and are dumping. That's fine. Let them dump. I have a different opinion. And so, yeah, I respect your opinion. Absolutely. Oh, Catherine had to sell her homes? No, 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 no. She sold her homes so she could take that money and buy the key tokens, not to invest it into the company. That's misunderstanding. There's a difference. She wanted a heck of a lot more TKY tokens. She's only given so much of it as a salary, but she wants a ton more. She sold her homes, so now she's probably just living in, I don't know, apartment or whatever, and to invest for herself into the key. As an investor, she stated in the AMA. Go back and read the AMA carefully. Go back and look at my video again. Okay, there's a lot of FUD, which is fine. People are super nervous and they're blinded. They're blinded by the FUD. And you know what? They could be right and I could be completely wrong. All I can say is, do your research and follow your instincts and do what's best for whatever's best for you. But selling her homes to purchase more TKY to invest, I tend to think that would be bullish. But it was not, as far as I could tell from her answer, that she was actually had to take that money and invest it into the company. Okay? They don't need to. They're getting money currently right now from the People's Bank of China to finish this project. That's what that bidding process was that they won. Okay? That bidding competition. It was a government contract. It's like no different than like a General Dynamic contract for planes or whatever. They got a contract for TKY. And reviews coming up in June. With all indications, it looks like it's going to pass. Anyway, best of luck to you, Fawad, on that one. Really, best luck. So Millie, hey Millie. Millie says, I think it will test 6,000, then drop to maybe 48. Then, on our way to the full-on uptrend. Until the end of 2021, my gut feeling. But I'm no expert. A lot of people think it has to drop. And then what a drop is what they're looking for. I'm going to have to go and clean this chart up. It's a bloody mess. What they're thinking is... Okay, good. That's a different color. It's going to come up here, and then it's got to come down here, and then, like, just tank, right? Just tank. Oh, look, I have some tank boxes. If it's going to tank, it's going to tank where nobody wants it to tank, man. See that tank box? Yeah. If it tanks, it's not going... If it tanks, like people think, it's not going down here to 3,000. It's going to 800 bucks, maybe 600. That's where it's going to go if it tanks. Could even go lower. I have it low range of about 350 bucks. Okay? Yeah, if it tanks, that's where it's going. We do not want it to tank. I don't think it's going to. But if it tanks, like people think, it's going to do a... What it's called in Wyckoff is a spring. That's basically this. It's already tanked. That's what this is. It's already tanked. People are in the stage of disbelief. That's what stage they're in right now, is disbelief that it's going up. They think it has to go down here. The problem is they're waiting, and they already got passed up, man. They're done. This price right down here, where I have my buy box, those days are over, man. They're gone. If it tanks hard and they buy there, they're going to be left holding bags. That's my opinion. I do appreciate your opinion, and that's a very, very widespread view among a lot of people. They think it has to tank, that there has to be another V-type form for it to go. Sometimes that happens, but it's not a requirement at all. There's many examples of where that doesn't happen. Will it come down a bit? Look at this. What are they doing? They want to show 200, 300, 400% increase, or possible. They have a 200% increase if it gets up here. If it's down here, if they put those customers in this area right in here, that number will be greater, and the risk will be less, right? If they let them in, like right now, it'd be a little bit less, okay? They want to show them this to create the FOMO, to create the transactions, because that's where they get their money. Okay? It's risk reward. It's all about risk reward, not price. It's percentage gain is what these people look at. Okay? So yeah, they start showing, oh, and then price, and then after these guys buy, because they're buying on risk reward, then you have the lessers, not the lessers, but the totally on it. Let's how do you say this? The people that need to educate themselves, or they lose their calm. Retail, okay, the average retail person. They're going to see the price increase, and they're going to FOMO. Okay. It's going to be very, very interesting when Fidel kicks off and starts letting other customers getting in. Be very, very interesting. So I'm looking around this time event. I am looking for some bad news around the 1st of June. So we'll see what happens. And that will be, let's say 1st of June. Yeah, let's say it's up in here, and then we could see it tank back down to this area, and then it goes up. Okay, so that could be your tanking. Whoops, I gotta move that over. Okay, so that would be your tank right there, but not way down here. Okay, that's how I see it. Thank you for the question. You're welcome, Ceramic. Thanks for asking the question. Just reading a question here from no one here and drinking some coffee. Guys, if you have coffee, drink. Question is, do I have an opinion on the IMF suggestion for negative interest rates and the eventual elimination of cash to stimulate the economy? In my in the links for the video, there's a link there that says must watch. It's about the future of Bitcoin. Watch it. I'll tell you everything you need to know. It goes out 10 years plus. Okay. Oh, Todd says BTC's moving again. What is? Oh, it's at 55. Let's go watch. Let's go watch. Let's go to the 5-minute. Yeah, it comes down here. See, it came down here. Goes up. Let's put it on the bars. It's easier for me on bars. Guys, if you're not used to looking at bars, highly suggest. Here's the cool thing with bars, okay? Let's take this little start right here. Let me blow this up even more. Okay. So like with bars here, let's start here. We can say, okay, that's when this one came in right here. And then it went up. And then it went down. And then it had to come up. And then it exited here. So the pressure, the buying pressure, did not actually start there. Actually started there. See that? That's when it reversed right there at that point. At the tip of that wick. That's when the volume for buys started. Buy. Wham. Went up. Okay. And then they stopped buying. Came in. Actually came in. They still bought a little bit. And then they stopped. This was momentum that carried them up. People are like bots or people catching on and FOMOing. Then it came down, got pushed back up, went up, came down, and you can follow it like a wave, like literally water. Okay, and you can see it, and you can really get a very, very good sense of the dynamic of the forces of this. And it's really, really important to have that because when you're gauging, when you're looking at volume and the price spread is really important to be used together. Just volume by itself doesn't do too much. Okay, it needs to be used with other stuff. Very interesting thing. And is it moving again? Let me put it back on bars for you guys, on candles for you guys. So in the 5 minute, let's go to the 1 minute. Oh look, there's us retail people right here. And that's the effect we have. Okay, so it's coming down here. Yeah, you can do TA stuff. Okay, fine. What does it have? It has whoops. Yeah, fine. Higher lows. Okay, great. That's one thing. Yeah. Resistance here. Whoops. That is weird. Okay, so breakout soon. Yeah, okay, fine. You can also take this distance. Copy it over. Go 1. Okay. Copy that over. Boom. Yeah, it's getting real close to doing another move up, time-wise. So on here, the people are interested in, they're interested in buying right here on this line. So if it dumps down here, we can expect another spike. Okay, they might kick it up again to do a test. So we'll see. But exciting times, isn't it? Pretty cool stuff. And yeah, my chart. Yeah, that's where I have my other box over here. So we'll see if it gets there. This red line will be interesting. Okay. That's the upper test of where it's going. We'll see if it gets rejected and then bounces down to the top of this box. We'll see. Interesting stuff. Slim, I'll get back to XRP, okay? Let me go bring up XRP. So I don't forget. Looking at okay, let's answer your questions. It says But isn't the TKY team contributing to the existing FUD by being vague and giving contradicting answers? Yeah, I think they wanted to be too helpful and they got themselves backed up into a corner, and so they just need to like shut up on some stuff. They're feeling a lot of pressure from the community, and they're talking about stuff that I don't think they should have talked about just yet. So moving on. Also, if they have the money, why have they sold 30 million of TKYs on KuCoin in the past month? The developers haven't. That was specifically, I remember in the AMA, that was specifically for some type of operating expense, which is a given. It was taken out of the kitty, the pool, for normal operating expenses. It was like the 21% or something like that, 20%. And that's just normal operating procedures to do that. Okay? It's not like the staff is selling it or whatever. But Fawad, you sound nervous. Just get out if you're that nervous, okay? You're I don't know. Let's see. Next section. As a social scientist, my brain is trained to always ask more and more questions. And that's not a good thing in crypto, especially if your project is a Chinese project that works with the government. Yeah. First step is noticing it. Second step is, or second phase is the acceptance. And those are two of the hardest things to realize is to notice that your emotions are in the way and that you're thinking with the monkey mind instead of the wise mind. Okay? So the emotions get in the way. And a lot of people, they just run. That's typical retail investor. Think logically on this and go from there. Follow your instincts, your gut instincts, and the logical part, not the emotional part. And that is a very, very difficult thing for people to overcome. And that's why I teach people meditation techniques to help them to achieve just that, to basically shut down their emotions and then become Mr. Spock while they're trading. Okay, that's one thing that I help people do. So analyze it, use your brain, use your best judgment, your logical mind. I think you'll be okay for what. Okay, so back to Slim, taking a look at XRP. I always show this to people in XRP. I've hit my box. Looks like it's going to hit this box. This line here, I'll change the color on it again. Oh, let's make it a nice yellow. Yellow doesn't show up very well. That doesn't show up well. What shows up good? I don't want to do green because I'll get people excited. There, that shows up okay. Yeah, so here's XRP. What happened with XRP? Poor management, basically. They had a good manager here, and then poor management. Also, Grayscale reduced their holdings by what, 3-4%, and so a large player got out. Just real poor management. Right now they're trying to recover. What this is called the distribution phase. So you can check out Wyckoff and actually Markdown. This was distribution. It's part of, and they're in the Markdown phase right now. And you can check that out. I'm creating classes on it, but those won't be out for a bit. Meantime, you can just do research, Wyckoff, Markdown, and you'll say, oh my gosh, that looks like XRP. XRP looks like it's going in the toilet. Well, I'll be darned, we'll see. Yeah, so I'll also notice that XRP is on, is cranking up the story mill again, to where YouTubers are talking about it more in garbage like that. So yeah. It might get it to bounce up to this line, but you know, we'll see. Let me extend that out a little bit further. It's not quite exact. Anyway, so we'll see. Maybe I'll extend this out. I'll be nice to them. Okay. We'll see if it hits this resistance, but that's really the only thing. When it drops, what's over here? Nothing. I mean, really, there's this line. What's that line? Oh yeah, it's from over in here. Let me kill that. I think I drew that just to make it more apparent. Let me make this bigger. There. Molto bene. But you're looking here, that's the last place it has to catch it. That could possibly provide some type of bounce off of it. So support. We'll see. I was glad I got out when I did. That is for sure. But yeah, I've had this line here drawn since, gosh, December. Right around there. That's XRP. Hope that helped. I don't hate the coin. I just don't like where it's going right now. But it could skyrocket, right? Because the market is the market. So XRP is not quiet. No, XRP is dumping. It's doing something. It's dumping. Quiet is flat. Oh, so, okay, Todd. Todd says, BTC Golden Cross, now wait for retest off of 200 AMA, 200 moving average, then off to the races. Yeah, we'll see. Keep in mind that sounds good. That sounds really good, and that's what people are expecting. And it may or may not happen. We'll see. And if it does happen, then what I would expect, that those people will gladly purchase Bitcoin, and then they'll gladly purchase Bitcoin up here, and then so institutions are going to say, here, you can have my Bitcoin, and they'll overweight their bags. The price will dump, and then the institutions will kick them back up again, and then restart the game up and continue up forward. And so they'll basically unload and then get the coins back. You know, free ride, free elevator ride for the institutions. And that's retail. That's what retail does. Retail are bagmans. They take the bags of others, carry them up the stairs for them, and you know, that's like what they do. They hold the heavy bags at the top for everybody. But we'll see. That very well could happen. And no, I'm not getting on you about your projection or anything like that. It's just that keep the retail investors in mind. This is not from people like you and me. Okay, it's not. You could take all of us in the world and add it together, and it could not make that spike. All right. Excluding the retail. I mean, excluding the institutions and the COs, the market makers. You took that thing out, Bitcoin would look almost like a flat line. It'd be sad and pathetic. But hopefully, yeah. To the races. To the races. Right now it's at 55.81. Coolness. We'll see if it breaks the 5,600 again. That would be awesome. Melly says, could someone light a fire under Vechain's derriere? It's time to leave the launch site. The aliens are waiting. Well, at least ADA is moving a little. I suppose they will all have their time to shine. Yeah, the thing is with Vechain. Let me go here. Take a look at Vechain on the weekly scale. Okay. So, what do we have? We have basically we have a pattern that comes down like this, and it goes up, and then it goes down. Okay? That's a typical Wyckoff pattern. And then what it does is it goes up, and it does a test. But the thing is that the time scale for Vechain literally is measured in years. Okay? Look at it at a month. That doesn't look so bad. You're talking before about, oh, well, Bitcoin has to take a dump before it can increase, right? Yup. Yup. Yeah. That's Vechain. Oh, look. They're screwing with us. They're just trying to make a V for Vechain, aren't they? Oh, heavens. Yeah, Vechain for me is a very long-term hold. Okay? Not worried about price at all in this thing. I'm more interested in the value. It's a value thing. Vechain's... Don't think of Vechain as being Vechain. Think of it as being DNVGL. This is the cryptocurrency branch, the computer tracking branch for all their clients and validations and certifications for DNVGL. Think of it that way. Enormous, huge. We'll see. So as far as lighting a fire, it's already been lit. It's just that this thing is in a tugboat, man. It's like the Queen Mary. I mean, it's not a little rowboat. It's so it takes a lot to get it moving. Okay, it's starting to move, but then it's not going to be easy to stop. Stop a rowboat in a few feet. It takes miles upon miles to stop, you know, the Queen Mary or a big old oil tanker, right? I understand your frustration, though. ADA? Yeah, let's see what ADA is doing. It's still in the marketing mill. We'll look at versus ETH. Notice how different it looks on the monthly. Let's look at it on the weekly. Looks like it's getting a little bit tired, doesn't it? Yeah, how's the volume there? Low volume in an upper area, that's bearish. If it's low volume in a lower area, that's bullish. On this line, if it's low volume, bullish. but it's in the upper price area. That's bearish. Look at right up in here. Bearish. See that? Bearish. Let me go in. Let's go into the 4 hour. Yeah, it ate through my target box. Doing its little bump up. Yeah. We'll see what it does. It's doing the rumor mill thing. Redistribution. I mean, right now it's in the markdown phase. Think of this as looking a lot like XRP. Okay? Little modified thing of XRP. It should have gone up higher. Whoops, let me get out of that. This thing always screws up. Should have gone up higher and tested this, but it did a failed. It had a failed test. It couldn't make it up that high. And what is that high? It had to deal with resistance way over here in that area. But it had a failure. It didn't make it, and so it bounced back down. So it just doesn't have the juice to do it. So you're looking at a markdown phase back around in this area. We'll see. So ADA looks great. Yeah, right. Look how this looks like a mirror. Look at that. See, draw that vertical line right there. How the right side looks like the left side. Oh. Oh. See that? Came down, V, went down. Oh, came down, V, went down. Oh. There. I like that better. There you go. Here's 88. Good luck. Welcome, no one. Fawad says, thank you for entertaining my question. That means a lot, brother. Hey, shukran. Shukran. You're more than welcome. You're doing a better job than the TKY admins. Yeah, they had some, they were getting some grief in the AMA, weren't they? Yeah, they didn't talk about that too much. They're definitely aware. Oh, the thing is, man, they are under so many NDAs they just can't talk. They're dealing with the entire future of China. They can't say, oh, the People's Bank of China, they're working on a cryptocurrency for the entire country. It's like, oh my God, you know, it's like things are still in the works. They can't discuss things. I bet they wish they could. Man, I bet they wish they could, but they, you know, one of their main things is under promise, over deliver. And if you look at their time chart, that's exactly what they've done. And their big thing in June will be interesting because that's when I think they'll finally be able to say more stuff. You know what I mean? June is an important, yeah, I'm looking towards the end of June, maybe early July. That's an important time period for the key. And we might actually see some more interesting news China-wide for that, okay? So we'll see. Interesting time for the key. But you are more than welcome, Fawad. So thanks. Shukran. Okay, Ceramic says, Todd, anyone who's waiting for that to happen? We get cut, might be. Okay, so you're talking to Todd. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, what is Digibyte? That's right. Thanks for reminding me. We have to always look at Digibyte. DGB, USDT. Look at on Bittrex. Digibyte. Taking a quick look. We'll do a speed. Oh, there you go. There you go for the TA guys. Okay, fine. Looks like increasing higher lows. Yay! Which is a wonderful thing. We have a support thing. It's doing its bouncy bounce. Let's see. We have a AR line is right here. we have a huge ass trading range. Big trading range. See these dotted lines? That's the big trading range for Digibyte. And it did a couple lower tests. It did a lower test here, and tried doing another one. It didn't make it. It could not get down below. See, they're testing. Can we force it down lower? Can we force it down lower? No. No. Well, let's sell a whole bunch. Okay, this is like a replay, almost like calling off a sports game. Okay, let's bring it down. Oh, we can't. Bring it down low. Whoa, we can't. Look at all that volume we had to do. Okay, give it a break. Let's just catch our breath. Oh no, it shot up again. Oh, let's bump it down. Sell. Oh my gosh, it went up. It went up a huge spike. Look at that big spike. Look at that big old thing. Look how tiny that volume is for it. That is an astronomical effort. Small effort for a huge effect. Look at that. That is really impressive. You know what that means? I mean, my gosh. It means this thing's going to blow. That's your indicator right there. Right there. And then it's minuscule, tiny little green. You almost can't see it volume. They're saying, okay, this really can't be true. I mean, my gosh, that's huge. Retail jumped it up that much. Oh my gosh. Let's force it down again. Let's do another test. Make sure that was cool. That there is that much demand. They are looking for demand and supply. That's what they're constantly trying to gauge. You bring it down here. People are, oh no, buy. They couldn't force it. It's going up. Bullish. Try to do it down here. Oh, it's not going anywhere. Let's sell this. Look at this larger. That's a pretty large wick there. Look at that compared to this one. Okay. So you had this much more. But look how much further it went down, man. You had this one. It brought it down. Right there. That's a little doji. Just did not move. There is no movement there. Okay. That's bullish. Boom. I hold Digibyte. You ever notice I have a Digibyte address? Yeah. Oh, on Hanjo, on Digibyte, I put down the time of that last amount you sent me, so you could get the difference. That's in the live chat. So I was like down at the very bottom, in case you missed it. So you can calculate the time it takes. Hanjo and I have been sending Digibyte back and forth, and it's right now been averaging anywhere from about 15 to 30 seconds, which is like really cool. And then they have their speed increase coming up pretty soon. They also have some other things in the pipeline. Keep in mind that it's an open source project. They don't have 300 developers working on it round the clock. If they did, whoa, man. But they don't. It's all volunteer. It's a homegrown solution. It's a fork of Litecoin. Yeah, so we'll see. But anyway, here, yeah, we'll see. Checking out for another test up here in this time period sometime. In the upper bounds. So that's what I'm looking for Digibyte. Upper bounds test up in here like this one right here. It's just a secondary test, and it could take whatever path it takes to get there. It could do another test down below. Looks like it failed at. I had a failure of a lower test here, so they might try to go up higher. Okay? So, I mean, the thing can go up or down, up or down. Let me put auto back on. But to me, Digibyte's just in the trading range doing its trading range thing. So there you go. We'll see. But that's a bullish movement right there. In my opinion. Don't go stock up on it just because I said so, because it could like dump all the way down here to this white line. Okay? This is a huge trading range. It could dump all the way here. Easy. Follow your gut, follow your instinct. It's your call. Oh, that's an interesting question. No one asked. Any energy readings on why certain people are talking about the true identity of Satoshi being revealed? Does this sound like a planned event? Yeah. Yeah. And they know the identity, okay? It's a planned event. They call it ammunition. They'll use it if they need to, okay? So don't expect it anytime soon unless the circumstances call for the true knowing of the individual or group behind Bitcoin. Okay? So far, everybody's been given a bunch of lies. Don't believe what you've heard. For the most part. Interesting question. Am I going to say no? And Mark Kalma wants to know if Vechain is a solid investment. Don't know. I can't answer that. Do your own research. I can't ask you if it's a good investment or not. I personally like the project. I think it has a lot of value. A ton of value. But keep in mind that value does not necessarily translate into price. Okay? It is the highest value. Right there with the key. They're like neck and neck. I'd say they're the highest value project in the entire crypto space. And so we'll just but its price does not indicate that whatsoever. I mean, it's been dumping for a long time, and then it's down 90, 92, 93, some terrible amount. Okay, its highest rate was at about 8.5 cents if you convert VEN to VET. When they did token swap, it was like $8.50, but they did 100-to-1 split, so that makes about 85 cents. As their all-time high compared to now, where they're a penny. Yeah. So, yeah, price, 85 cents to a penny. How's that sound for you? Is that a good investment? I don't know. You tell me. Do your research. Follow your gut, follow your instinct. I can't answer whether that's a good investment for you or not. I'm not a financial advisor. That's all there is to it. Thank you for watching and for the question. Frank Bresson. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Frank? Thanks for watching. Oh, Mega Marklar says, I made a choice to cash in my 401k a month ago and invest in crypto instead. Glad I did. So far. There you go. I mean, if that works for you, that works for you, right? So yeah, best of luck to you. Best of luck to you. Just scanning here, looking for Fawad's question or his answer, whatever. Yeah, I don't think you're selling your TKY. I think you just noticed that I'm talking to Fawad here. I think that I think you're going to hold it. It's just that, you know, things are getting nervous and a lot of people are getting nervous. And you know, and rightfully so. I mean, they have some things to wear that need to be questioned, but for the most part, it is what it is. But yeah, I know you're trained to ask questions more and more, and absolutely ask questions. That's how we tend to find out things. Gabriel, excuse me. Gabriel D. Live long and prosper with Digibyte. Great videos, thank you. Yes, live long and prosper with Digibyte. Digibyte's looking kind of nice to me. It's just bouncing around in this trading range here. That was a micro, pretty much amount that we're looking at here between these dotted lines here. It's trading right now in the upper bound range, and then a more macro is that we have basically this area here. Whoops, wrong tool. You can basically go here for basically the you want to, I had it right the first time, about there. Yeah, about there is that you want to look at the lower lows. I mean, not the lower lows, but you want to look at the lows for the uptrend like that, and then take a copy, bring it up parallel, not quite parallel, but you guys get the idea. So we'll see. It looks like it might be going into like this channel up here. That's one way to look at that, so we'll see. But that's on more of a macro. I think I'll leave those lines there. That looks kind of cool. But yeah, I like Digibyte. Awesome project, guys. Do your research on it. Oh, what are my thoughts on TKY? You're pretty heavy into it as one of my assets. I like it, man. I have like a bunch of videos on the key. Check out my last few. They're like plugging along. I think it's one of the most important projects that's going on in the entire crypto space, especially from a socio-political and psychological aspects of what's going to go on. Very, very interesting. Many ramifications of what could happen and what could be. Something to follow, that is for sure. Interesting project. But yeah, I like the key. I'm vested in it. So we'll see. Best of luck to you. But yeah, check out my previous videos. I think you'll get a much stronger idea where I have entire videos on the key. Anyway, guys. Yeah, check out the vids. I mean, because I did one on their AMA. That's what Fawad was asking about. And on I did one previously. They had like a on their update for their progress update and stuff like that. But yeah, I have several videos on them. And then you're new, hey, welcome aboard. But yeah, check out the videos. Go through, go to the channel, scroll through the videos, and you can go way back. I started doing stuff on them a long time ago, and right about when they first hit the market, or a little bit before perhaps, but around that time period. So yeah, good luck with the key, man. And I'm gonna go ahead and say night to everyone. But yeah, go ahead and in the comments and stuff, but what you'd like about the key, you know, share the love, and or about any other coin that you like. That's fine. Anyway, guys, that's about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, get notified, and let's go look at Bitcoin real quick. Where's it at? 55.85. So it's gone up $4. Yeah, we'll see if it goes up and hits that. Okay, guys. Well, that's about it. Best luck to everyone. Have a great night. Catch you later. Bye.